Our aim at AMCIB is to have our faculty scholarly active. This means that our faculty is engaged with practitioners in the field, learning from peers, and creating new insights into business and management practices. In this video, you'll see our colleagues. They'll be sharing experiences of how they are scholarly active and what it means to them. What will you do to become scholarly active?
Since last semester, I'm taking part of the research group at the CEDLA, the Center of Latin American Research and Documentation at the UFA. By doing this research, I'm learning about different practices and reading materials that I'm not used to. I'm reading about open access not only in IT, but open access in procedures for hospitals, for schools, for education, but also for small business and big business. Public engagement, activism in the Amazon, activism in Ecuador. I'm learning from issues that I never thought I would be reading before. I've never been interested in social sciences before, and I never had contact with those people. And now I'm listening from all sorts of areas. Those are also issues that have impact on strategy, but those are not the issues that I'm used to read. That's what I'm enjoying the most on my project, going outside the box. I think with my research at the CEDLA, I'm bringing back to the students a lot of novelties, procedures, ethics discussions, new companies, examples, and actually applied research. Whatever I read at the CEDLA, I bring to class. The students actually benefiting from that. I noticed that even fourth-year students that I teach, they like to be told stories. My Asian students are relating to it because many of the issues that happen in Latin America happen also in Asia. And for myself, what I find it interesting is that I'm tapping into academia in a different way. I'm working with social scientists, with technology people, and that's not the sort of network that I'm used to, being business. And I'm actually considering writing an article with all this knowledge that I'm gathering. For me, it has a lot of benefits. Last year, I started looking for opportunities to do a PhD because the HVA is motivating us to do us lectures. I looked around and to see what's interesting to me, and I looked for professors in other areas outside the HVA to answer a few questions of mine on what to do a PhD, what's going on out there. And suddenly an ex-colleague of mine here at the HVA, he's a professor at the CEDLA, and he said he received funds to do a global project, and he was looking for hands. If I wanted to join in, I said, yeah, I can do that. That's how I entered the project.
Well, I participated in the mini minor China for lecturers, which was actually in June 2019. So with a team of lecturers from the Faculty of Business and Economics, we went to China and we all had our separate individual enrichment assignment. And I decided to look whether personal soft skills or employability skills were, because that's something that we deal with in the Netherlands a lot. This was also something that has the same importance in China. Well, first of all, it was an amazing trip. We had a really, really nice group. Not only that, but also the things that we did were amazing. We had a very tight schedule. We did 4 cities in 10 days. So we went and visited Shanghai, Beijing, Hong Kong, and also Hangzhou. We saw many cultural aspects of China, but also we came to know more about economics in China, entrepreneurship, and how they deal with sustainability in China. For me, the most important thing was meeting the people, doing a lot of networking, not only when I was in China, but also beforehand when I had to prepare for my visit. Well, the value it brought for myself was that I experienced China very closely. That has enriched my knowledge about China. I went to China like 10, 12 years ago, and now coming back there again, I could really see the changes and how much China has changed. For my own knowledge and for my own professionalization, it added value, and I can also use these experiences in my classes, both for personal development but also for cross-cultural awareness. Well, I responded to the invitation that we received from Claudio Perotti, who is the project leader for the China Minor. That was actually quite easy in the sense that we got this invitation, and I thought it was a wonderful opportunity to participate in, because I have a great interest for China, so I really wanted to know more about it. It was not only something that I did for my professionalization or for my students, but also that I got all these new contacts, which I think eventually will also bring more for MSIP.